Lisa Marie Presley's marriage to Michael Jackson only lasted 20 months, so why did she feel like she failed him? And what did she say publicly after his death? Keep watching for the details. Hollywood was on high alert as we watched the sad news about Lisa Marie Presley, who reportedly went into full cardiac arrest on January 12th. The 54-year-old had attended the Golden Globes alongside her mother Priscilla Presley just 2 days earlier on January 10th. On the day of her medical emergency, she was rushed to a nearby hospital and given epinephrine. Her first ex-husband, Danny Keough, who had been living with her, performed CPR on her until the paramedics arrived. Hollywood was particularly concerned considering her father, Elvis Presley, died of a drug-related heart attack at the young age of 42. Sadly, Lisa Marie died shortly after falling into a coma and being put on life support in the hospital. As we mourn the tragic death of Lisa Marie, fans can't help but look back on her interesting life. After divorcing Keough, her first husband, in 1994, Lisa Marie also had high-profile marriages with Michael Jackson and Nicolas Cage. She also married her guitarist, Michael Lockwood, in 2006, which ended in an ugly divorce 10 years later. Out of all of her relationships, however, Lisa Marie felt like she let down her most infamous ex, Michael Jackson. Lisa Marie Presley's romance with Michael Jackson was short-lived but full of love.
He's amazing. I really admire him. I respect him. I admire him. I'm in love with him.
The couple was only married for 20 months before Presley filed for divorce. However, she defended Jackson until his untimely death from a drug overdose in 2009. In fact, Presley wished she could have helped him more and felt that she failed him. As news of her ex-husband's death spread, Presley wrote on her MySpace blog in 2009, "I wanted to save him."
And I loved taking care of him.
She remembered a conversation they had during their marriage some 14 years earlier where Jackson admitted he was afraid he was going to die the same way her father, Elvis Presley, did. She wrote, "Somehow he knew exactly how his fate would be played out. In trying to save him, I almost lost myself. I became very ill and emotionally and spiritually exhausted in my quest to save him from certain self-destructive behavior." She also wrote that it was her biggest failure, and she said more about her extremely difficult decision to walk away from the relationship in an interview with Oprah Winfrey. She told Winfrey, "I saw that the drugs and doctors were coming in and they scared me and put me right back into what I went through with my father, so that ended it." Lisa Marie Presley had difficulties with substance abuse herself, as both her famous father and Michael Jackson did. Her addiction to cocaine, alcohol, and opioids became a focus of her lengthy and complicated divorce from musician Michael Lockwood. Presley spoke openly about her addiction to opioids in the foreword for the 2019 book The United States of Opioids by Harry Nelson, writing, "You may read this and wonder how, after losing people close to me, I also fell prey to opioids."
I'm not perfect. My father wasn't perfect. No one's perfect.
She said she was prescribed the highly addictive pills following the 2008 birth of her twin daughters with Lockwood, Harper and Finley, writing, "It only took a short-term prescription of opioids in the hospital for me to feel the need to keep taking them." She said her recovery process has been, quote, "a difficult path," and encouraged an end to the epidemic through openness and honesty, writing, "It is time for us to say goodbye to shame about addiction. We have to stop blaming and judging ourselves and the people around us. That starts with sharing our stories." Presley also spoke about her recovery with Today, saying, "I really did come a long way."
And it's what do you do with it after you learn, and then you try and help others with it.
If you or anyone you know needs help with addiction issues, help is available. Visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website or contact SAMHSA's National Helpline at 1-800-662-HELP-4357.